All right. Good morning and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Taya Salam. We'll start off the show with the World Cup, 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia and Nigeria. In case you've been wondering, this is what Nigeria will look like in Russia, because yesterday the NFF, along with the partners Nike, unveiled the World Cup jersey for Russia 2018.
In London, yes, that was where it was done. Also on the program, we'll be talking wrestling, talking about the African Senior Wrestling Championship taking place in Port Harcourt in Rivers State. Team Nigeria gold medalists, you have enough of them from the male to female. We're having 7 medals right now. Wow, it's a huge one for Nigeria starting. Good.
On a good note, starting on a good note. I mean, the watcher, Daniel Igali, was saying the other time that Nigeria is hosting to win. So what a good way to do it. Start by winning on the very first day. Also on the show, we're talking basketball next. And LeBron James came to the rescue of the Cleveland Cavaliers early this morning against the Minnesota Timberwolves when he nailed a last-second jumper to give the Cavs that all-important victory over the Timberwolves. So LeBron with an Hail Mary shot, to give the Cavs that victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's where we'll start the show on today. And before we get to the Cavs later on, there a couple of teams are on fire at the moment, on winning streaks. So let's talk about those teams first of all, before we talk about the Cavs. We'll start up with the Pistons. Yeah,
that's the team.
That's the team to beat now.
That's the team to beat right now.
They're playing really well ever since they traded for Blake Griffin.
But not just his prowess, he also brought some luck.
Yeah,
I think so. Luck and everything is all-star presence and all that. I think the players are just stepping up and everyone is playing really good. And that's why you have Andre Drummond having 17 points, 27 rebounds. Now, no, 27.
He's an absolute beast on the board. Andre Drummond, what a player he is. And that victory was 115-106 in favor of the Pistons against the Brooklyn Nets. And the Nets, not a lot is expected of them this season, so not surprised that we will likely be in the lottery yet again. So that's a good one for the Pistons winning their fifth game in a row. Okay, let's move on quickly to the matchup between the Miami Heat and the Rockets. And the Rockets emerged victorious in that one, 109-101. James Harden, for me, top contender for the MVP.
No doubt about that. What a player. 41 points. He's going to get it this time around. No contest at all.
He should get it. There's no Steph Curry doing alien things.
Exactly. So it's all about him right now. And this game's 41 points. That's really huge for them. Well,
okay, and that's for the Rockets. I talked about teams that are hot at the moment. Rockets is one of those teams, and that was their 6th win in a row, and their 10th in 11 games.
That's huge.
That's huge right there. Houston Rockets, talk about wherever you are. Also, Grizzlies, the Grizzlies and the Jazz also met, and that one was a good win for the Grizzlies. Ricky Rubio started to realize his potential. Now, remember all those years ago when he was drafted from Spain and it was supposed to be the next big thing, but it didn't exactly pan out that way.
He's getting grips of the NBA right now.
Right, after a long time. So it's safe to say he's a late bloomer in the NBA. And he's starting to play really well. Led the Grizzlies to that 99-92 victory over Utah. Scored 29 points, 8 boards.
That's good.
And Rodney Hood as well, so we talked about it last time on the show, contributed his own quota with 18 points in that victory.
For 7th straight victory.
Right.
Now, these are the teams that are on fire right now.
Incredible stuff.
But not about Suns, but now Spurs, another team also.
Yeah, the Spurs and the Suns, this was the most lopsided result of the night. 129-81.
LaMarcus lost for the Suns.
For the Suns, worst loss ever in franchise history. So not the kind of record you want to be making, right?
This is not the Olympics.
Okay. LaMarcus Aldridge, top scoring for the Spurs, 23 points in 28 minutes. So they didn't really require him after 28 minutes. The game was won and lost.
Already. So just like, okay. You go rest and let's see how we can take this guy out. So it's not the route.
Okay, and last but not the least, the Timberwolves and the Cavs, the most exciting game of the night, went into overtime, and just as it looked like the Timberwolves might, find a way to eke out a victory. LeBron James came to the rescue with an Hail Mary shot to give them that 140-138 victory. LeBron James to that Hail Mary shot. Wasn't only the Hail Mary shot, he played well all through the game. 37 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists for King James. King James, yesterday, we talked about how we shouldn't write off the Cavs. One reason why I should never write them off is because of this guy.
Yeah, that's the way. And the fact that this confirmation is going to stay till the end of the season.
At least for now.
So I think that's for now, yes. Yeah. I think all the players should know that they have to be stepping on. Butler is another player that was also there. Jimmy Butler, 35 points. Carl Anthony, 30 points for Timberwolves. But then that wasn't enough. Because the Cavs were really ready. And with LeBron James coming to the rescue with a Hail Mary shot, so just won by 2 points. That was really close. Really very close.
Okay. So that's it for the NBA. So see that. Let's move on quickly. Let's talk about tennis now. It's been a while since the Australian Open ended, and Roger Federer, absolute legend, made it 20 record Grand Slam titles. But the story coming out this morning is Roger Federer is still hungry for more because yesterday night he accepted a wild card into the Rotterdam event. And people are wondering, like, okay, why is Roger going to play in Rotterdam? Why is he not resting? Like he said, he's going to be managing his body. He's not going to play in all the tournaments and stuff just like he did last year. Then after a while, it became obvious that Roger Federer actually has his eyes on the number one spot.
And he said he wasn't really thinking about that.
Indeed.
But right now, I think he was just being modest when he said that. Right now, I mean, for him to go into this tournament, he got a wild card into it. So it's going to be next week. Well, if he wins this, he's going to be taking over #1 for the first time in more than 5 years.
Incredible stuff. Incredible. He actually just needs to get to the semi-finals. He gets to the semi-finals, it's going to be world #1 because he was able to close the gap between him and Rafael Nadal by winning the Australian Open. So Roger Federer definitely has his
points.
Just has his eyes on the world #1 sport. And I knew when he was talking about, okay, priorities have changed now. I'm not really, chasing the things I used to chase when I was younger. But when you're so close like this, and you have a chance to be the oldest world #1,
after Andrea Agassi. And Andrea Agassi was 33 at that time, and he's 36.
He's absolutely shattered that age talk there. If he goes on to do it, which I believe he can do, he'll be it'll just be another feather to his already well-decorated cap.
Yeah, because if you check, Rafael Nadal will not be in action till late February. That's in Acapulco. That's the last week of February. That's when he will be playing. So at that time, Roger Federer would have been world #1 if he gets to the semi-final. I can't wait. I can't wait.
What a play.
Okay. From there, so where do we go next?
Talking
golf.
Golf.
Rory McIlroy. What's up with him this time around?
Rory McIlroy. I mean, I thought as soon as you saw Rory McIlroy, you're going to remember Caroline Wozniacki straight away. I'm very surprised you haven't referred to that because
Rory McIlroy is
we just finished talking about tennis. I mean, we just finished talking about tennis.
Caroline Wozniacki, she's engaged and she's happily engaged.
Yeah,
and she also have a fairy tale wedding like what Serena Williams did. And so, she's taking some tips there. But then let's focus on golf. On the course, right?
Yeah, on the course. I mean, Rory McIlroy, I mean, is had a very disappointing 2017. 2018, he's trying to bounce back big time now. Very interesting to see how he does in this tournament. The next tournament for Rory McIlroy, as well as the other top golfers, is at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am in California. And all the golfers are all ready. They're ready to go, ready to tee up. Let's listen to them now. Rory McIlroy, Jason Day, and Jordan Spieth.
Yeah. Good to be back in the States and playing again and feeling healthy, and I don't think I could have picked a better week to come back over here. It's obviously beautiful. It's been a nice few days of preparing, seeing a couple of golf courses that I've never seen before. So yeah, no, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited for this year. The last time I sat in an interview room on the PGA Tour, I wasn't feeling so good about myself, but yeah, I'm really happy to be back, and looking forward to starting a busy run over the next few weeks leading up to the first major of the year. Yeah, I certainly want it. There's no doubt about that. I want to be one of the best players to ever have played the game. When I when I decide to call it a day. And I know with the right dedication and working on the right things that could be achievable for me. So, yeah, there was a little bit of I don't want to say a refocus over the last few months, but just a recalibration of what I need to do to be at that level. And yeah, I mean, I think I have a great window of opportunity over the next 10, 12 years to play great golf and to leave my mark on the game, I guess.
Yeah, what goes through my head is I still believe that most of the guys that sit on this stage right here, you ask them who do they want putting on your team in a Ryder Cup, and I believe they'd say my name. So I have no doubt in my abilities. Just going through just a minor slump that is just setup related.
You know, it was nice to get the win at Torrey Pines. You know, it felt like it was you know, a very long time, which it kind of was, but to be able to get out and get that win early in the year, get my year started right. I was very highly motivated to practice last week, get work done. Didn't really take much time off at all. You know, finished Monday with the playoff and got back to work on Tuesday, went to the gym Tuesday, practiced Tuesday. So, you know, obviously I really want to try and get out and win this week because there are a lot of great players here. A win here could propel myself up in the world rankings pretty quickly. So that's the way that I want to start the year off, is that way.
Okay, right. That's coming from the three top stars there, the Pebble Beach. That's where they will start later today. Right. Okay, now let's move straight to Russia. What's the update coming from there? There's this news that the president is not ruling out the fact that Russia might be suspended until 2020 Olympics. That's not looking good.
No, it's not looking good. I mean, it's been that way. They've had a series of meetings on this particular situation, and every time the outcome has been, we're not satisfied with the work Russia is doing to stamp out doping in the country. So the onus is on Russia now to do everything that is expected of them by the Water and Anti-Doping Agency, and perhaps then they might get reintegrated into the international sporting community. Until they do that, then they will continue to talk about the situation, which is definitely not good for their image because Russia is a massive country when it comes to sport. So the ball is in their court, really. They just need to, you know, follow everything that WADA wants of them. It's as simple as that. I don't know why they're wasting time in this situation.
Well, but I think maybe they just need something concrete they can really back on and say, okay, they have sufficient evidence and can say Russia, they are really doing so well to ensure that, well, the doping issue is eradicated totally in their country. Well, let's take reaction. Let's listen to what the president now talking about what Russia can do to ensure that they are really clean and they're out of the bad books of the organization.
No doubt that after 3 independent commissions, there was clear evidence that there had been, and let's use the Schmidt Commission wording, there had been systemic manipulation of the doping control process. And following on from that, I am unsure how the 2 CAS panels reached what seemed to me to be different decisions on almost the same basis. So we await that with interest. Dick is entitled to his views. I can understand why he may well be disappointed because he chaired the first of the independent commissions and to his regret, dealing only with track and field athletics, he wasn't able to produce further evidence which was then realised by McLaren. And he's been a very big supporter of the McLaren report, was Richard McLaren was one of his 2 assistants in the first commission inquiry. A different view. As far as I'm concerned, this whole situation has developed to such an extent that my personal views do not matter. What, from my point of view, matters is that WADA operates entirely to a process that it has agreed, and that is to try to obtain the compliance and the improvement of the Russian anti-doping agency. The best thing we can do for clean sport is to make sure that there is a really effective anti-doping agency in Russia. Personally, I will not get involved in telling you whether I think that decision is right or wrong. WADA will continue, as it does constantly, and at the moment with considerable difficulty,